Hi, we're Stella and Chris, and we've just spent 8 amazing weeks exploring Sri Lanka.
If you're planning a long trip like ours, this video will save you a ton of guesswork.
We're going to give you our honest travel tips, hotel reviews, and everything you need to know to plan your trip.
In this video, we're going to break down the exact cost for the hotels, the transports, the activities, the food, everything.
During our 8 weeks, we visited 10 different places and stayed in a total of 14 different hotels. We explored beaches, we went on a safari, we did jewellery making workshops. Did I say numerous temples?
Numerous temples.
Anyway, we're going to tell you the cost of all of it. The hotels we're going to deal with first. The hotels averaged from £23 a night up into £73 a night, from your fairly basic homestay to a fairly good quality hotel. The total cost for our 8-week stay came to £2,160. That averaged out to £19.28 per person per night. During our trip, we initially had a plan of exactly how many nights we were going to stay in every destination. As things don't normally go to plan, that didn't quite happen. And we found that we were adjusting our hotels and the places as we went along the way to our own needs. So some nights we were going to be staying 6 nights and it went down to 4. Other places weren't even on the map at the time, like Upaveli, and we managed to detour over to that area of the island.
Next, we're going to move on to transport. And we were surprised how cheap it was, actually. For the whole 8 weeks, we only spent £379.91. That includes all the tuk-tuks, the taxis, the coaches up and down the country, and the Uber.
Yeah, transfers.
All the way through Sri Lanka, we used 2 apps, basically, Uber app and the local Pick Me app, both of which were very, very good. Mm-hmm. Our first transfer from Negombo to Galle, we actually used the local intercity coaches, which were incredible value. I think it cost us about £4.50 for 140 kilometres.
For 2 people?
For 2 people, yeah. And it was air-conditioned coaches, which is much needed.
The next cost we're going to look at is our food and drink, and this includes our groceries. So for the whole 8 weeks, the cost came to £1,458.35 or £13.02 per person per day. So some prices for you are, a bottle of wine, for instance, is £7. And a Lion beer, which Chris is familiar with a lot, is £2.50. That's quite a big Lion beer, isn't it?
It was, yeah.
Mm. A coffee averages £2 for a cappuccino or similar. The meals, well, they vary a little bit, but generally they average £2.50, and you get quite a good sized plate as well. That's for something like kottu or the rice and curry. We are vegetarians, however. I don't think I've mentioned that. But if you had chicken or some other form of meat, they are very similar prices. There may be £1 more in it at the most, but generally speaking, the prices are quite cheap. Fish, however, although they do have a lot of fish there, it's a bit on the pricier side, for there compared to here. But you'd pay about £10 for, say, a whole fish meal. A dessert, they're not really big on desserts actually in the restaurants. They quite often have things like fried banana with ice cream or fried pineapple, that type of thing, or just ice cream, and sometimes brownie and ice cream, and they average £2.50 for a dessert. So just a few examples of costs for you. So our total spend for food and drink, transport and hotels for 8 weeks came to £3,998.26, or per week £499.78 for the 2 of us.
other costs, which we haven't included, comes to actually £897.51. And these were including things like entrance costs, etc.
Okay, so the other thing that we will share with you is the cost of our flights. Now, this will be different for everybody, but we flew from the UK to Colombo in Sri Lanka via Doha with Qatar Airways. Our initial cost was £1,263 for a return economy flight. On the outward journey, we then decided to upgrade to business class and paid an extra £400 for the two of us to Colombo. However, the return journey didn't go quite as planned. As you're aware, the Middle East conflict kicked off, and that caused us some disruption to our return journey. We ended up returning via Delhi and with Sri Lanka Airways and Air India, which were really good, I hasten to add. However, it did cost us an additional £3,500. But, we had to get home. We just couldn't stay out there forever. Flights were being rescheduled, pushed back, and we had to make a decision and go for it. So, yeah, not a cost we wanted to have, but is what it is, and we got home. So, anyway, your flights will be different, but just to let you know what ours were.
So that was a summary of our overall costs. In our next video, we will detail the actual costs of each hotel and give you our honest opinions.
We will break it down for you into the types of hotel they were, the facilities, etc. that they had, what we liked, what we didn't like, and hopefully you'll find it helpful going forward.
Okay, till the next time.
Thank you for watching.
Bye-bye now.